EU has made Nintendo agree to offer free lifetime repairs of irresponsive Switch controllers. It's in line with the recent right to repair adopted in the EU.
Here's a summary of the article.
Following an alert from the European Consumer Organization, the European Commission and EU consumer authorities contacted Nintendo to address a recurring technical problem with irresponsive controllers. Following this action, Nintendo has agreed to offer all consumers the right to repair for affected controllers of the Nintendo Switch gaming console free of charge, even beyond the legal guarantee. Consumers using the Nintendo Switch console had reported to CPC authorities and consumer associations that they have been dealing with deterioration and the loss of control of the console. As the problem rendered controllers useless, consumers who could not repair them easily or free of charge were obliged to replace them, resulting in unnecessary electronic waste. The Consumer Protection Cooperation is a network of authorities responsible for the enforcement of EU consumer protection laws. BEUC's member organizations had received nearly 25,000 consumer complaints about the Nintendo Switch console by January 2021. The proposed revisions in EU consumer law were announced in the new Consumer Agenda and the Circular Economy Action Plan.
This post received a score of 19,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
This is a drift in the right direction.
Only hope that the US and more countries will follow suit. Need repair edit. It seems this has. I'm a bit bewildered, because many American states otherwise, and some comments state to have been sending their Joy-Cons to Canada for exchange. People asking if UK will get the same benefit as the EU. Yes. Affected countries of the new policy is the members of EEA, the UK and Switzerland. Nintendo does experience a higher turnaround for repairs at the moment.
Switch how you read the comment and you might notice something.
This is good game. Boy, I hope they do roll the right to repair out in North America too.
We should be so lucky.
Wii U stop making Nintendo puns?
Yeah man, it's craziness.
Was that Super NES SRE?
I couldn't imagine how this GameCube play out, but here we are. Virtual Boy.
Copying this from another post I commented on. For those that aren't in EU, or just don't want to have to send the Joy-Cons off for repair all the time, and want to not have to replace their Joy-Cons because of stick drift, get Hall effect replacements. The way the stick works is different from how the standard ones work, and will last infinitely longer. Here's the replacement part. Here's a guide for the left Joy-Con. And a guide for the right Joy-Con.
I've personally repaired the things, and there's nothing wrong with the way the Nintendo brand controllers work. What they did was cheap out on the backplate below the controller pot. It flexes, and eventually ends up bent downward, meaning the contacts no longer register. This is why the stick drifts. The sensor doesn't know what position it's in anymore. All that stood between us and a lifelong controller was 5 extra cents of aluminum on Nintendo's part.
In your opinion, do you think making sure to press the stick buttons gently would contribute to a longer useful life before drift sets in?
From what I've seen, no. The plate is simply too flexible. I don't have the engineering schematics or anything. I can't make a scientifically rigorous argument here. But my belief is the simple, baseline minimal pressure it takes to actuate the L3 button in particular is too much for it to handle in even the best of cases. It needed to be braced, and there is none bracing to speak of.
Every Switch controller that I have, from Joy-Con to Pros, has some level of drift. They're extremely lightly used and are visually mint. Is this something that I can address on my own with some material around the house? Could I stuff cardstock under that plate?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.